Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Check out. Line 40. You better bring it.
Now they try the right side here. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
I'm too strong. Too big for you.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his status when we get back. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Jones. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And Luck opting not to run a play. He's going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they try the right side here. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Luck. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them in their game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 11. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory. But the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own side.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you've got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Watch safety 3. Watch safety 3.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Luck escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Now a handoff looking right. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 2nd down now. It's Jones, and he's going to push his way down to about the 12. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with 4th down and 1. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. But he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. try and run for it on first and goal. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the one on second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Second and 3. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
They'll set up a throw. And he rifles one incomplete. Easy to tell who they're targeting on this drive. He caught the first 2 passes, but then this time unable to hook up.
But I don't think that stops them from continuing to go back to him, do you?
No.
I mean, they've got a plan. They're trying to execute it.
And after that second catch, I saw him in the huddle. He said, hey, let's go back one more time. Didn't work there. Back to throw now on second and 10. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 26.
First down, Broncos.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Let's go, let's bring it. Let's hey.
Kamara. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a second and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. They'll drop the throw. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Let's go now. 91. I'm coming for Christian Travis.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Alvin Kamara, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now they try the right side here. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get 1 play before the 2-minute warning. Now a handoff looking right. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Monday. Check safety. Recon, 132 fighter.
Throwing on 3rd down. Luck. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Yeah, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it. That's because I believe in you.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Let's get up.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Check out. Wide 40. Squeeze, double.
Now they try the right side here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Gay now set to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
He'll drop to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Watch the backfield. 15's mine. I got 15.
They run it again with Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he gets it down to the 32.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11.
Hey, Haywood. 18, 5.
2nd and 11. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And Kamara has it stripped. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 18-yard line.
You know what?
Now!
They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Go!
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
4th down now after a loss of 2. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now a handoff working right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now, because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now they try the right side here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now a handoff looking right. 9 yards that time.
But sometimes, Brandon, it's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third-down conversion. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We've caught a lot of gains, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
He'll let this go for the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Kamara in the passing game. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Kamara.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. 6-6, pull it high. Check. Go. Switch. Now.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Let's go. Watch 18. 18's the mic. Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Here we go with Kamara. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Alvin Kamara unable to push past that yellow line. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. One last throw here for Lott. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Denver, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the difficult season continues as they drop to 1-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.